This is a business video on technology. So let's put it at the top there. Technology. Obviously, very skilled at this. So technology, right? To you and me, it might be as simple as your tablet, your laptop, your TV, your games console, your phone, whatever you may have. But to a business, what is technology? How can it be used, and how is it sort of implemented, and what are the benefits and disadvantages of improving the technology within a business? So the first thing we need to know is, well, what sort of technology? What are the methods of technology a business can use? Well, there's four. So I'll just put a little thing at the top here. So first one you've got is communication. Well, that types of what it's for, basically. Communication. Robotics, automation, communication, and design. So robotics, communication, automation, and design. So robotics, automation, communication, and design. Robotics, communication, automation, and design. So these are sort of the four main players, really, in a derby for technology in a business. What we're gonna do in this video is look at robotics, communication, automation, and design in individual ones, and then we'll put them all together and see what's the actual overall effects on technology of these. So what we're going to start with, we'll start with robotics. This is quite sort of a quick thing here, so I'll just put a branch off going off robotics. So you don't want to do a big sort of mind map, actually. That might be easier. So technology. Yeah, probably should have started this way, actually. Mind. So we've got robotics, communication, automation, and design. So we put robotics up here, automation down here. You don't get them restructuring a revision video halfway through. Communication, and then at the top here we can have design. And obviously this doesn't design very well. Design. So just put little dots to separate them out. We'll give them that half space there. Maybe a bit more than that. So they're the probably should sort it out full. So they're the main sort of players, as we said: robotics, automation, communication, and design. So yeah, you can sort of see them four quadrants there. The technology sort of evolving already. So the first thing we need to do is we're going to start with robotics. That's this one up here. Obviously the one I'm writing in. So what is robotics? Well, robotics, what we're talking about is machinery. So sort of that bad way of saying that, actually. So basically robots that can perform a physical task. So robots. So basically robots that can act as humans, robots that can perform physical tasks. So what we mean by this is sort of, you've got your welding, your mundane jobs that people don't really want to do. So your welding, for example, unless you're a welder, I'm sorry, but So you've got your welding there, and you've got other sort of physical jobs within the workplace, really. And also you've got the advantages, so you could have an advantage of this. I'm not going to do the disadvantages because there isn't any for that. Actually, you know what, I'll leave them all out. I'll just say what each one means. So automation, that's basically when you've got along your production line, which that's sort of robotic. So automation is like, say you've got your stock level checkers sort of thing. So stock level systems, stock systems. So what I mean by this is sort of your general sort of day-to-day stuff. So what stock's coming in, what stock's going out, how fast is it selling, what's the worst stock to sell at given points in the year. So it gives you information about the stock levels and allows obviously you to access it any time. Information about the stock levels, and obviously with it being automated, it changes when something goes in and something goes out about stock levels. So that's automation. So robotics, sort of physical tasks, the welding sort of stuff. The automation, so the stock system, sort of what's coming in, what's coming out of the stock, what the business is holding, what's selling the best, which could be used for certain things. So automation, robotics, communication. So we're talking about intranets. And if you don't know what an intranet is, it's like the internet, but it's for a one business or organisation. So like, for example, if you go to a college or high school and you log into your personal username and stuff, and it loads up your personal workspace, it's not on that computer. That's not the only thing that's on the computer. It's just running a server with a load of other computers hooked up to one big computer. So that's what it basically is, an intranet. You don't really need to know that, which is a bit of side info. So intranet, so obviously it allows employees to access the database, so employees and suppliers can access the database, can access information and communicate effectively. And obviously it's a lot quicker just sending an email than waiting around and posting it sort of thing. Information and communicate, which is kind of what it says at the beginning. Communicate quickly. Add another word in there to make it seem like I've actually done something. Communicate quickly. You've got your design. So what we mean by this is sort of best way of putting this. So yeah, what most businesses, the trouble with most businesses, say you're a car manufacturer and you produce a car, so let's go on to that. Instead of actually physically producing the car, it's quite expensive to make each part for it. It's not going to come out of thin air. But what we do is we use something called Cad Designs. Now, what it is, and this isn't necessarily for cars, I'm just giving you an example. CAD is computer aided design. German for the second there. Computer aided design. Now what this is, it shows, it replicates the products on screen of a computer, so you can put it through a series of tests within software, and obviously that will allow you to replicate tests that you might make in real life, and it's very accurate because it's based on scientific and mathematical principles in a computer. So CAD design, basically create a car, you can crash it on the screen and blow up or whatever, and you can see the impacts it'd have. Again, an analogy there. So obviously this allows you to actually test the product without the need for development, so allows testing without development, which was previously unheard of. Testing without development, and obviously this would decrease time and costs for a business, so you won't need to actually produce products, and if it turned out to be rubbish, you've wasted all the materials, time, effort, money. Whereas a CAD design, if it's rubbish, you know, and you don't need to produce it. So that's all good. Now just get out of the way, so let you copy that mind map down if you haven't done already. Yeah, so you've got your 4 section: technology, robotics, automation, communication and design. Just go over robotics again, so it's sort of, sorry about that, robotics is like where you've got a robot performing physical tasks such as welding, and then you've got your automation, which is stock level machines, so sort of what's going in and coming out. Your communication, sort of your intranet there at the bottom left of the screen, so it allows you suppliers and consumers, customers even, employees to check the emails and communicate effectively and check the stock levels and consumer habits. And then at the top left there you have got design, so like your CAD design, so it stops you having to produce a product to test it, and it saves business time and put into the market earlier, and that's the basic for technology. So I mean, we have just gone over that. I'll run over it again. What we need to do now, just as I said, give you a minute to rub it off. Hopefully, write it down. Obviously, you're not going to come through the actual screen and rub it off. Hopefully, I'll give you a minute. Just while I rub this off. So, technology. So, what is the benefits and advantages to using technology? We're going to do now some sort of advantages and disadvantages, just to go over it. So the advantages, I'm going to weirdly do it in blue, split the whiteboard roughly in two, negative. So what are, and I'm going to do this just to confuse you. So technology, I'll just put tech. So what is, well, we've sort of gone over, so communication, automation, robotics and design. Yeah, communication, automation, robotics and design. Very good, but how do we know if it's worthwhile or not? So, obviously, improving technology. An advantage of improving technology is obviously reduce waste, because technology, robotics, for example, don't make mistakes. So it reduces waste, and sometimes humans do. But if you're implementing a TQM system, the advantage of reducing waste is not that great, because generally reducing waste is zero anyway. Improves productivity, so you may have workers as well there, and as technology improves the efficiency of workers, it means they can produce more. They're not waiting around to fiddle around with bits, adding bits to products on the production line, saving quite a bit of time. Obviously the quality increases as well, because less mistakes are made during the production, so the quality increases. Sorry about that. Turns out I can't write. So the quality increases. Main three. Yeah, obviously the main one there is the reduction in the long-term cost, and now I'll explain why it's long-term. Pen comes off. Reduction in long-term costs, and why it's not short-term. That's because there's an increase in short-term costs. Because there's now the reason there's an increase in short-term costs is because obviously it takes time. It takes a lot of money to implement this. It's not free technology, and the long-term costs obviously reduce waste. It's sort of linked into that. I just should put it in blue. So they're sort of linked together, and two. So that's why they're two there like that. Short-term cost obviously is an advantage. Increase in short-term costs is a disadvantage, purely because if you increase short-term costs, that's puts pressure on the business productivity, competitiveness even. However, it obviously, if you're inputting technology, we always hear about sort of workers complaining, well, we're all going to be taken over by technology. I'm already halfway there. Camera's taken over to me. So reduction in job security for workers, which could decrease motivation. So these two are sort of intertwined there. So there are two main ones. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. You don't really need to. Don't fling too many at your face there, just to get out of the way so you can copy that down if you haven't done. So what we were saying there, the advantage of technology is it improves the waste sort of representation sort of thing. So you improve your waste as it's you reduce your waste even because the technology makes less mistakes than humans do. Increased productivity as the machines are more effective. You decrease your long-term costs because once your machines have actually implemented, this sort of links back to the wastage thing, reduce that. You've got, actually though, on the other hand, you've got an increase in short-term costs, and this is because obviously technology isn't free. You need to implement it, takes time, and obviously within that, encased in that, I didn't really mention this before, but I should have done. Obviously you need to train the workers to work with this new technology, But obviously the workers are sort of fearful of this new technology because it's doing the same basic job they do, and there's many advantages to firms as they don't have to stop the technology, whereas workers do, and they have to take the sick days. The machines don't. As long as you find them power, they work. So obviously that it'd be threatening, cause a reduction in job security for the workers, which would decrease motivation. Just to go over that again. Advantages: reduction in waste, increase in productivity, increase in quality, increase in effectiveness of the costs, so long-term costs. So just to go over the advantages again, I'm sorry to keep mentioning it. So you've got your increase in decrease in long-term costs, your increase in quality, increase in productivity, and your increase in the amount of waste you can reduce, or decrease in waste. Your reduction in increase in short-term costs and the job security does affect the motivation of workers. Right, I've gone over that so many times. Sorry about that. Hopefully, if you still haven't got it, and just watch it again. I've tried to go over it as many times as I can because there are quite a few there. So we'll see you in the next video.